In describing Impact's philosophy on learning, I think it goes back to the components that make Impact so special and really the central tenets of our DNA. So, that thirst for continuous upward mobility, career advancement, taking on new challenges, all of that really comes back foundationally to learning. So, people have taken extremely well to it. My hope for corporate learning and the philosophy that people continue to embrace around that is to just keep a sense of excitement, because my team and I will continue to bring real life, strategic, and informed curriculum and resources to the table so that it's real world, it's applicable, it's timely, that it's continuously staying up to date with the pace of change, and that it will be a continual resource, not just for some of the hardline components of learning, but also some of the soft nets of just support and professional development. And as you're getting groomed in your own career and your own personal life, whatever your goals are, I think having a team that is just purely dedicated to your success is really going to be a continued celebration with an impact. Opportunities to learn begin at employees' first day here at Impact. So one of the first challenges that I took on in heading up the Impact Leadership Institute was really looking at and analyzing and totally redrawing our onboarding process, and being able to look at what holistically takes place in bringing a new employee on board, whether that's within our managed IT department as a high-level engineer to an entry-level salesperson and everything in between, and really fostering and giving space to the collaboration, the transparency, and the communication that's needed to be successful in the day-to-day role. So it needs to start on day one. So that course, named Foundations, was launched early last year, and the whole curriculum was written with just experience from the field of what it looks like out there, how we deal with customers, how we embrace what the customer experience looks like and is, and what that means here at Impact, and then being able to bring as many of those real-world components into the classroom. So that's really where it begins. As we continue to look forward, there's more classes that will come in a sequence. It's really centered and built around the impact methodology and sales process, so that at each stage, we're really arming all of our employees from the front lines of sales to the back end of support and everybody in between to just be on the same page and be able to row the boat in the same direction, which I think continues to come to the benefit of the customer. And then lastly, we really will be looking as we move forward in building out the digital learning space and what that looks like, which is, of course, so important in any industry, but being in the technology space ourselves, I think it's even more important to have a real stronghold on that. So dedicating teams and resources to just building out video content, self-paced learning paths, a learning library, and a content library that employees can continue to come back to. I think that'll allow us to continue to scale really effectively as an organization and allow us to hit our business goals that much faster. In making digital learning more accessible to employees, our hope is that it really covers a wide gamut. So the most obvious is having a learning management system, and that's really a dedicated and formalized place that digital lessons can unfold and learning paths can be taken at your own pace, and can be just a holistic resource and library of ongoing digital content of which to go back to. But really, aside from that, our hope is to use other collaboration and communication tools internally that allow us to support each other. So an example of that would be after each Foundation's pledge class, so to speak. So as another group is onboarded and brought into the company spanning all different departments, and that opportunity is given for camaraderie and just cross-team learning, a communication channel is then created and solidified for that pledge class, and that channel actually remains really active. And it's been really fun to watch people across different teams across the country celebrate each other's successes or kind of pick each other up by the bootstraps if they're having a bad day. Again, whether they're in sales or they're an engineer or any role in between. So to see that come alive has been really unique. And then making learning more accessible, not just in a digital space, but has also really been in real time in your own role. And that's been made possible by the in-field mentoring and modeling. So that's to say that what we actually do and talk about in the classroom and what you can then seek out online, we're filling that gap in between by actually having a resource in the field doing real-time coaching and leading by example and correcting some of those learned behaviors as they unfold. So hopefully by attacking each different medium and channel of engagement, we're hoping to capitalize on the multitude of ways that people learn. And I think that's been probably the most unique learning lesson for me in just building out this team, is that adult learning is such a varied topic, and that adults learn in such different ways, and that unlike our school-aged selves who are used to taking in new content and learning new things, that adults can actually become quite stubborn in taking in information and applying that in the field. So how to make it fun, how to make it relevant, and how to just keep up with as much technological changes coming our way has certainly proven to be a fun challenge. One tool, for instance, that we've used to accomplish this has been a tool called Brainstorm Quick Help. That's our digital learning management platform. Why that was an obvious choice for impact is that it's a Microsoft 365 program, so it comes with a whole stack of Microsoft 365 video content. So not only has that been helpful internally to sharpen everybody's skills in the typical suite like Word or Excel or PowerPoint, but also because part of our managed IT offering revolves around the 365 portfolio as well. So this has also now been made available to our clients. And as with anything in any of our departments, we love to be our own first guinea pig. So a lot of our success as a company and how we've remained agile as we've grown 27% year over year exponentially has really been made possible by the same tools and technologies that we sell to our customers. So having that duality between that system of internal implementation and externally facing to our customers has been a really fun product and just project to watch unfold. One way we continue to reward employees by their continuous learning is really the opportunities made possible by career advancement and upward mobility. I don't think there's any greater reward than that, and continuing to arm them with the necessary knowledge to be successful in their new role. And I think it's any impact leadership team's responsibility and passion to find the right fit for the right type of candidate and put them in a position to shine, and then arm them with the tools to ensure that they'll be successful. So I think there's no greater reward than that in just being put in a position to take on new challenges and to continue to grow in both a personal and a professional way. The greatest tip I would give to any business owner looking to invest in corporate education is that it has to be an all-in mentality. It really has to be an all-encompassing philosophy that rings true to the very DNA of that company. And what I mean by that is the word training has become a bit of a taboo word in my vocabulary, because the connotation with that is that it's out of touch, or that it's ancillary, or that it exists in a vacuum, and you do one training and no one ever talks about it or applies anything again. And so for me, it's really been redefining what corporate education means, and moreover, what professional development means. What sort of resources and investments are you making, and what kind of message are you sending to your employees in their growth and development? And that's really where it has to start. So it has to be an all-in effort. You have to want to make not only the people shine in their own right, but put forth the resources and investments that's necessary to get to that business outcome.